the case, then the Muslims of Karnataka would have been not homeless but homeful. Let us also understand, R.P. Singh Sahab, that the briefing the cabinet decision after the meeting, the Law and Parliamentary Affairs Minister of the Government of Karnataka, Shri H.K. Patil ji, said the move was based on the disproportionately high number of houseless individuals among the minority communities in both urban Karnataka and rural Karnataka. The Muslims happen to form the bulk of the minority population in Karnataka. Also, sir, let me bring to you a very interesting norm in the center. The law minister also pointed out that the center had issued guidelines and it had already provided 15% allocation for minorities. And Karnataka was following suit. Minority communities, sir, have long been requesting the hike in quota in the housing schemes. Karnataka government brought in housing for all. Why is it increased from 10% to 15%, 5% more for the minority? Is because large disproportionality which is there. Largest number, including the Vokkaliga, including the Lingayat of Karnataka, including the Kuruba of Karnataka, the Muslims or the minority is the most homeless. Even like my friends mentioned, Sachar committee report, it shows that the Muslims are the most backward of the class in socio-economic reforms. So therefore, in order to bring in better reforms, in order to provide house for all.
This is something that is being said in terms of upliftment of the minority for years together, decade in fact, Anurag Naidu. But the situation is on ground, the reality stays the same. Is this a backdoor entry of religion in quota, Anurag Naidu?
Yeah, I think just before I get into my points, I have a question to Abbas Bhai, my dear friend. If Abbas Bhai, if you go, I hope the implementation is smooth. If you go and seek for an apartment, will you get it or not?
I will answer that. Sir, I kindly request you to please go through the bill Housing for All. In that, it has clearly mentioned this is only for the homeless. Sir, I am homeful. I have a home, thanks to God Almighty. So therefore, it does not apply to me. It is only for the homeless.
I'm only telling, if you actually get into the detail, the implementation has its own loopholes. That's why the Congress is, one of the senior most MLAs have come out and alleged corruption. Now, you know, the point that I want to make is appeasement at the cost of others' livelihood. When you talk about 4% reservation in contracts, the quality of contracts and social destabilization. You know, in Karnataka executive, there is a saying, government's work is God's work. It's written on Vidhan Sauda. Though we know who is in the government, but we really would like to know who is the God here. And an important point, religion-based reservation, does it really have constitutional validity? Will it not get challenged? And what kind of a signal are you giving to the SC, STs, the other backward classes who really deserve to get the basic fundamental housing? And not just ambiguity and implementation and the corruption allegations. What I would like to ask today is it not in the bad taste that you rake up such issues when the state is reeling under the crisis, with financial crisis? We don't have enough money to spend on development. The roads, you can see the condition of the roads. People are dying left, right and center. One rainfall and people just go dying. And this is the state of Bangalore and Karnataka. And if we are talking about
Anurag, what do you have to say about this argument? What do you have to say about this argument that if the homeless are coming from these communities, from the minority section, and the government is not saying Muslims, they're saying minorities, then what can you do? How will you challenge the data?
No, I'm only saying that homeless are homeless. Anyone who is homeless do not have religion. Homeless is not religion-based. I'm saying a homeless from other religion, will you not allow, should you not allow? We have a lot of homeless people in Bangalore. Why do you want to attach only to religion, give it to only one person from that religion to decide, and have the people from the same religion to take phone calls and allocate the allotment? What kind of a message does it send? That's my fundamental question. You can make it look far more fairer. You had a chance.
Make it look far more fairer.
The minister said that we have a lot more apartments in stock.
Can I quickly answer that?
Yes, Mr. Madan. No, I want to go across Mr. Madan first.